Hey everybody, it's Auntie Janelle, and today I thought it was really interesting to talk about mental calluses. So I don't know if anybody else runs or is on their feet a lot. Maybe you're a server or you're training for a marathon and you develop those nasty calluses where it's like extra skin, basically protecting your body from like hurting your feet. Okay, so picture that disgusting thing, and then flip that to what if you thought of the trying tough times that you had and turn them into mental calluses. It all depends on how we look at the tough times, right? So growing up, very athletic, all that kind of stuff, things went well, but then when things didn't go well, I would take them personally, or it made me sad, or I'd either get either more competitive or whatever. But now as I get older, so much more shit is thrown at you, right? As an adult and as a mom, as a wife. So my first real experience with developing what I call mental calluses, which I'm sure you guys have heard before, but for me, um, mama four, my third was born undiagnosed central cord disease. Okay. We didn't know. To look at him, you'd have no idea. But on day one, they broke his femur. Okay. So then it was like one thing after another, genetic testing, all this stuff. We found out he has like a mutated gene, but it's undiagnosed. So that's when I started like either spiraling at the beginning. I got so nervous and anxious because he was hurt all the time, he had all these surgeries. But over time, I started trying not to internalize his pain and make it my pain. Because as a mother, I always felt like I have to be the strong one. Okay. And so over time, going through all those things with my son, all these surgeries, all these broken legs, full body cast for like 100 days, I started to minimize everything else that was going around me. So like if something had happened at work, it was like, I can handle it. No big deal because this is so minimal to the grand scheme of what my son was going through, what my family was going through. So I thought that was just one starting to like toughen up my brain a little bit. Okay. If you're a competitor, you might have already had these mental calluses where, like in sports, it was really easy for me to be like, all right, I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to out hustle. And then you develop those mental calluses, maybe if, whatever. But moving into like just everyday life, it really helped me minimize. So then as he got older, work got better and got busier. I had three children at the time. Then I have another son. We found out he had Down syndrome. I've always known I was going to have a son with Down syndrome. But what that realization, if I didn't go through everything with my other son, I think it would have been bigger realization. So all these hard, trying times that are going to affect all of our lives have just helped to develop a little bit of toughness, a little bit more mental toughness, to the point of showing emotion, experiencing, living in the emotion, but everything else around me just started to minimize. So, what I would like to challenge you, and this is what I would say to my aunt, my cousins, and my little cousins. That's why I whole started this, or my sons, because they hear it all the time, is when you're going through something tough, think about the end result. Is it something that is going to affect the rest of your life? Most times when our emotions come up, it is just such a quick, short spurt of like a chemical reaction of just anger, frustration, sadness. Is that really worth all the emotion that you put into it? And just start realizing it over time, all these maybe failures that you have, all these setbacks, all these trying times, maybe it's a breakup, could be divorce, could be somebody getting ill, could be yourself getting ill. Forming that mental toughness, that mental callous to realize that this is just such a small part in the grand scheme of things, and it too will go away. It makes everything else in your life kind of come into perspective. I also like to think of it as like a gratitude for what you do have, but you've got to go through some shit to get to that result. So I don't know. That's my little take on mental calluses today: is develop them, respect the failure, respect the setbacks, respect the breakups, respect the sadness, and let it just fuel your inner strength. Okay, guys, that's it. Have a good one. Bye bye.